guys, welcome back. This is part 3 of the rigging tutorial on rigging a submachine gun. One thing I did forget to tell you, um, how to hide things. If you're going to hide something, you hit H key to hide it, and then to unhide it, it's Alt H. Okay, so now we can see our weapon because we went Alt H. So what we want to do, select our hand, select our mesh, the entire mesh, hit Control J to join it. Now everything's joined together. Now what we're going to do is click on our bone, right clicking on it, and over here on the display panel you're going to click on stick, and then go to the opposite side of your model by hitting Control 3. Go into edit mode. What we want to do here is click on a vertex right there at the end of the joint right there, and just bring it over to about there. That should be about right. And then select everything, and then you're going to hit Alt P, disconnect bone, and then bring it down to about there. Size it in to about, see, we want that left tip to be about center with the whatever that piece is on the weapon. The hand grip, yeah, and then just align it up to where you need it. Okay, you can see that it needs to come over just a little bit. It's about right there. That looks about right. And then just grab this tip right here, grab it, bring it up, say about here, and that's good. Now let's go into pose mode. Hit in on your keyboard, and we'll call this one Control. And I'll just call it PP19 mod, since it's got a silencer. And just hit enter. Now select your mesh. Alright, we got our entire mesh selected on the weapon only. That's all we want. So go in the wireframe, make sure you have everything selected. Nothing else. Just hover over it and hit the L key, and you'll be able to select it instead of trying to select every little vertex on there. Just make sure you got everything selected. It looks like I do. And then we're just going to add in a new vertex group, and we're going to call that Control PP19 mod. That's what I called mine. And just assign it. Now let's go into now you remember how the weapon was moving with the pieces? Now it's all moving in unison. And the weapon itself moves all by itself. So that was the fix to that. Alright, now we're just going to grab this one, hit E to extrude, bring it down to about there. Let's keep on bringing it down to the end of our weapon. Alright, go to 7 and align it up as needed, so it's in the center. It just makes it a lot easier to work with when you have it lined up right there. Go into pose mode, and we'll call that Control. I'll just call mine main stock. Doesn't really matter what you call it as long as you call it something. Alright, main stock, and we're going to leave all the vertices still selected. And add a new vertex group called main stock. Enter and assign it. Okay, we've done that. And something didn't work. Oh, okay, I see what the problem was. That's why it's case sensitive. Now it should move. Okay, now it's moving. Okay. Alright, and this main stock piece is what we're going to branch everything else from. So what we're going to do now is hit SD to duplicate it, and we're going to go to the pullback. Let's line it up to about there. Go in the wireframe so you can see exactly where you want to have it, and just grab that tip right there, bring it in. It's about right there. That looks good. And I'm just going to call this pullback. Enter. Okay. And what I want to do after that, I'm going to go into select our mesh, deselect everything, select just the pullback to the slide, and add a new vertex group and call that pull back, and assign it, and you can see that it moves wherever I want it to. Alright, back into edit mode, go back up here, click on the main stock bone again, hit SD to duplicate it, bring it down here. You need to go in wireframe for this part because your bullets are hidden inside of your main body. So we'll just go ahead and bring it there. Okay, right there. And what we want to do is maybe adjust that a little bit. Actually, I need to bring this one in out here a little bit more. Maybe just a little bit more, right about there. That looks good. Alright, and this, you just want to try to keep them lined up with the parts that you're working with. It just makes it a lot easier later down the road. Alright, bring that into about there. Bring it, you see, that's about right. And we'll just call that bullet. Then select on your mesh, select your, now you just select the bullet, add a new vertex, call that one bullet. Assign it, go back into pose mode, and it moves. Go back into edit mode, select up on that top one again, Shift D, bring it down to about there, bring it over to about there, size it in, and since this is right over top of the other one, I'm just going to actually bring that piece in, bring it into about there, because I actually have a bullet behind there. It's my casing, and we'll just call that casing. Go into our, deselect that one, and this is select, with that one, there we go. The casing is selected now. And we'll just go ahead and add a bone group, call that casing, and assign it. Go back in there, and just grab it, and it moves fine. Okay. Next piece, grab your main stock bone again, Shift D, we're going to do our magazine drum right here. Bring that into about there, go to opposite view of it, looks like it's about lined up where I want it. Okay, and just go into pose mode, and we'll call that mag drum. Sounds good enough to me. Alright, deselect everything, select that, go to wireframe, make sure you ain't got nothing else selected, and we will name that one mag drum, and then assign it, and then go up to the top again, edit mode, Shift D, and this will be the trigger. Alright, and grab that piece there, bring it down to here, and just angle it a little bit as needed. Go to 3. Just want to make sure it's lined up to where you want it. It needs to come over just a little bit. That should be about, maybe a little bit more. Okay, that looks about right there. Okay, now go into pose mode, and we'll just call that trigger. Go back to your mesh, deselect your magazine drum, hover over the trigger, select L, and add in another vertex group, and we'll just call that one trigger, and then assign. Okay, and that is it. That's all you need to do. This weapon is completely rigged, so we'll test it out, make sure everything is moving appropriately, and some of these will have to move in unison, or you'll get a mixture. Because if I try to move this by itself, watch what happens. Everything else moves in a its own little path. So, and there's our bullet. You can see it coming out the bottom there. Our slide, the casing, the drum, and you can see the trigger finger will move. Alright, and that's basically all you need to do to get your animation to work. So that is a complete rig right there. It's all rigged and it's ready for animation. So the next step we will be tutorial series we'll be doing is the actual animation portion of this. And then you can go back to Octane if you want to, but you see you can't really see too much what you're working with. But just put it in stick and leave it there. Or you can go wire. It doesn't really matter. But that's the breakdown of how to rig a submachine gun with arms. Alright, hopefully the rigging tutorial was good for y'all. Look forward to making the next tutorial that will cover the entire animation process. And it does take a little practice, but it's not that difficult to do. And I'll show you how that is done on the next tutorial. So until then, later.